Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's career mode. We're on episode 68. I'm bringing you the very beginning here of stage 19 because, well, there's things at play, even though the action shouldn't begin until roughly the halfway point. But with things at play, I have some choices to make. Now that we lead this race overall, that puts the impetus of leading the Peloton on us. It's going to be up to me to control that, but I don't want to. I really don't want to. I want to let these guys go. But that's going to come down to who is in the break. Like having Jack Haig, which he's been going pretty much every day in the break. No surprise there. But we got to keep an eye on that because he is 16 and a half minutes down. Okay, right now that's my cutoff point. Letting too many more go could be problematic. And there's clearly another group that's trying to get out there. Berlikov with a +1, below what was expected. He was expected a +2 on the day. Let's see kind of what happens here as another handful of riders have given up and another handful have already gone off in their place. Right now we technically have 8 off the front, just a few seconds away. Alright, Haig's still leading at 16:30. Another group trying to go. Ultimately, what I would like to see happen here is I'd like to see us in a scenario where I can force other teams to do the chasing. Other teams that are interested in these guys that are 16 minutes away. I'm more than happy to see a stage. Because look, Carapaz is suddenly at the front. And they're chasing this back. Is there somebody new up here that I missed? Okay, so our mark is 16 minutes. I've got no problem letting them have 20 or so. And then being bothered to chase it back. Right now, they've already opened up the gap, so this is the break. And it's 13 riders, that's not bad. Jack Haig, obviously the one that we're going to keep a close eye on throughout this process, but I have no interest in being the ones to keep this thing in check. So let's see what happens. Let's see how long it takes before another team picks up tempo. Maida, the only one on a negative race day condition that's expected. Fatigue is settling in for him here in the late stages. He's down to 89% fitness and a bit fatigued, and I think had a fitness peak earlier, but it's gone. So that's the one expected. We are expected a +14, which is pretty dang close to what we have. Berlikov was expected a +2. Karaman was expected now a +2 as he's in the later stages of his fitness peak. So we have just about what we're supposed to have. Martin Guerrero was supposed to have a +3. It's already 5.5 minutes, by the way. We do need to keep our eye out for that. And how are we doing on the who's going to take over Martin Guerrero duties? Okay, we'll do that. Let's get these guys set up for some long-term if tempo rises. And these two are the ones who would jump in, but Trek has picked up the tempo making duties. I'm good with that. All right, now we have no action for a while. I'm going to go ahead and sit up with a gap holding at 5.5 minutes. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, we have a temporary split in the Peloton, but it's just yo-yoing. It's back together already. 154, chasing the same 13 from the break. That gap was holding steady at 5, and then over the last climb, that category 3 Trek, just not much firepower. Not much firepower at all. And they lost some ground. It was out to almost 8 minutes over the top of the climb, so they lost roughly 3 minutes over that stretch. Brought it back to 6, but you can see now Movistar getting involved and Trek. So this is what I was hoping for. This is what I wanted. This is them sacrificing themselves, and you can see Maida with his -2 on a 69 mountain is already struggling. So Movistar is setting a pretty big tempo on what is the biggest climb of the day. Paso Mangen, 2,000. We're going up 2K worth of climbing over 23.3 kilometers, 7% average. And just a couple moderate, easier sections, and they're both, on the earlier stages of this climb. So this Peloton's going to shrink a lot. It's already down to 100. Meta, first for us, that's going to be going back. Let's see, he was protecting Karaman, so let's go ahead and get Rivera on that. Let's get Ryabovas following Burlikov so that he can take over, because I think this thing is going to split up for sure. Still not much tempo though. I mean, they're pushing, but they're not pushing. It's at 6 minutes. They seem to be trying to hold it at 6 minutes. It's still going to thin this field out a lot. Here's that slightly flat section. Didn't last long, did it? That was it. And up we go. No more respite the rest of the way. It's not going to be an easy climb from here on out. We still have 13K to go to the top of this one. Gonzalez, Albiol, Igashin. We need their gels. We're going to need Rivera's gel. This is going to get down to that elite group, I think, before long, and Movistar using up most of their riders. This is setting us up for something that could be a big clash of the leaders for numerous climbs. I think we're going to be down to just a very small group quite early in this thing. Only one rider off the front group has been dropped, but their gap has come way down. It's down to 4.5. Okay, now Karaman is going backwards fast. Gotta speed him up as well. But our tactic of forcing others to do the work so far paying off nicely. And at 440, there's still every chance that the breakaway does not take the win, but the gap is opening yet again. Jumbo-Visma not putting in as much pace. Movistar, though, trading off, so they're coming forward. But right now, this is causing me to not lose any riders. Igashin, actually good race day condition. 73 mountain today, is struggling at the back, but because of the current pace, not getting dropped.
The riders are going through a very tough
From here we can see the front just fine and kind of see what's going on to the rear of the group. A few riders have gotten back on, so such is the pace right now, but if Movistar is working, Movistar is taking the brunt of it.
Another attack in the leading group.
Haig attacking the front group. He's going for the KOM. He is now second in the points. I've slipped to fourth. I was second in the points at the start of the day. It's a lot of points for Haig. Bowman in the lead by just a few points over Haig.
The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams
I'll
can't
take the
be happy with
KOM if I can, but I'm not going to intentionally target it here in these last two mountain stages. I'm thinking about the overall and only. Igashin has survived, so 56 in the group. The last half of that climb was definitely taken at much less of a pace.
You see that? You can read the pain on the faces
Down
at the
to
back of the
32
peloton.
on the
There's a growing
descent.
number of riders left behind.
64K to go. Feel like we need water, but who's going to get it? Oh, Igashin, you're not taking over at the front. Why don't you go get water? I know you were in the back just a moment ago, but that's okay. We'll have a flat section here. It's back together. In fact, it's up to 60 now. 64. No pace. It's out to 10 minutes to that breakaway. I might have to take over. Nobody wants to lead. Gonzalez Albiol just put himself on the front because I put him on auto. He came back into the group. Apparently, it really is up to us right now. Nobody else wants to work. One rider who is already out the back, I suppose, is okay. Okay. Let's reassess where we're at. Go ahead and protect Martin Guerrero. pretty good shape here, mostly recovered. And it's now 65 riders. It's only, well, now 20 or so getting back on, but Movistar back into doing the work. Gap back down under 9 minutes. That yo-yoed very, very quickly. And it's not the same group at the front anymore as we bring back the first of their riders already just on the base of this one. Pampiago, 11.5K, almost 2,000 meters again, so much steeper climb. Much shorter distance to go up. Okay, Ineos for a second had me fooled there. I saw the number 1, but that's not their leader. Gap holding as Movistar only have one rider on the front. He's really not getting the job done. But again, that means it's going to be really, really easy to leave him behind when the time comes. That also means it's going to be hard for them to be working, supporting their leader, protecting their leader. I was thinking about waiting for the final climb, but there's a chance that I'm going to make a move before that. Down to 60. Gonzalez Albiol already got dropped. And the gap's coming out again. Nobody's working. Again, it's supposed to be on us, but Movistar very much struggling with that task that they've been given. Rivera's been dropped. There is still a push. Igashin's about to get dropped. And we're down to 58. Ribovas about to get dropped. Okay, Martin Guerrero. Protect your leader. Kramen near the front, but he's not working. Berlikov caught behind some guys. I need to get him back forward. Not much pace here. I mean, it's still 10 minutes to those guys. They're going to probably win the stage. Jack Haig most likely on that, but again, at 16 minutes, 10 minutes isn't going to be that bad. And we're going to make up time on those final climbs. But you can see just how tired a lot of these riders are. And that means when we do put foot down, and possibly on the next climb to start putting foot down, a lot of riders are not going to respond. This group is going to disintegrate very quickly. But Trek and Movistar are doing all the work for now. I might just attack this thing. Maybe with Karaman on the next climb instead of working. See what happens. See if he can gain a ton of time today. Move up the order. Berlikov can ride defensive. He leads. It's back up to 58 riders because of the pace, and it's out up to 12 minutes. They got 3-4 riders working, so that's good. Riabovas is back. Get him to protect Karaman. Alright. Wait for Movistar to run out of chase, because they are chasing. They've brought it down by 40 seconds in a very short while here. 5.5K to go. Is this an attack or is this... It is. Hindley's attacking. And Riabovas is yet again done. Martin Guerrero continue to protect. I want Karaman to go with him. Or not. Karaman. I said go with him. Want to attack here, buddy? Let's see, does anybody respond? I want you to catch that rider. Okay. We've forced others to do the work. This is good. But Karaman, Hindley riding away from him. 80 Mountain, 81 Mountain. Cavagna. Okay, Karaman. Well, they're chasing you, not him, though, is the problem.
Trains are pulling the pack forward, although victory seems assured for the breakaway.
Okay, they're still chasing.
A rider has just fallen.
They decided that they are going to chase. Ooh. Except for Ciccone and Vingegaard are trying to attack. I wanted to wait till the final climb to attack with Berlikov, but he's going to have to get back in contact here anyway. Karaman, why don't you drop back to him? Because that group's going to go away otherwise. Alright. Berlikov, follow. Pull it back forward. So those guys are trying to ride away from us. Alright, let's reassess where is everybody. So there's Mataway, Vingegaard, Carapaz. When did I didn't see Carapaz in that group, but he was. And Hindley's still up the road. So this is the patient pullback. It's on. I don't know why people felt I couldn't work when riders rode away before, but we very much left this to others to do the work. But now we have no choice in the matter. Karaman has to chase this, otherwise we lose this race. I've done everything I could to get others to do the work.
10 kilometers to the finish line.
Berlikov is in great shape for the final climb, though. He is going to absolutely leave this group behind. Karaman, though, different matter. Okay, others want to work right now. That's good. Let them. Wait for the climb. Try to recover a little bit. Overall gap's at 8 minutes, so Haig, it's not a threat. And we're pulling that group back.
Only 5 kilometers left.
That's beautiful. They just got pulled back. But did all of them get pulled back? Yes. Maybe. Maybe. Let's double check. Make sure. Okay, you got Van Wilder, Gogol, Schultz. I knew they were there. There's Bowman. There's Haig and Fabro. Yes, it's just breakaway riders now. So 31 in the group. I've got 2. Let's change this up for a moment. No, you know what? We're on the final climb. It's 7.5K. Karaman. It's time to have a go. We're not going to ride defensively anymore. These guys are already trying to attack.
Goes onto the attack.
We're setting this up for Berlikov. By Karaman climbing at his speed. This is what we've been waiting for. Berlikov's going to take over in a moment. And he will attack. I'm going to attack now, Karaman. Karaman, actually, let's put him on auto. Okay, we're not going hard attack yet. I want to just thin this thing out. Okay, small group. Will they ride with me? Group of 3? No, Carapaz and Iran are just sitting on. Let's wait until we get back to this group and see what happens. 4K to go. They're not working with me. I'm trying to work with them, but see what happens when we have a group of 5. And then I'll try to attack the whole group if they're not going to work with me. Just gently pull that back first off. Okay, a little harder. Oh, am I leaving them behind? I just left them behind. And these guys are willing to work, sort of. 2.5K to go. I'm going a little too hard for them too. I'd like to attack, but I don't have that kind of energy. I think we need to just keep going. 1.7. 1.5.
This climb is feared by many riders.
Just ride them off the wheel. And it looks like we're succeeding in doing that. We are. We are going solo. 1K to go. Just breakaway riders. Haig has won the stage, but this is not about the stage. This is about the overall. 500 meters. Back off, back off. All right, finish it off, finish it off. 4th on the stage, no time bonus. 3:15 down, but we are solo. All competitors left behind. Dina, Hindley, Schultz, Ciccone, Carapaz way down the order. Vingegaard, De Plus, still no Carapaz. McNulty. The Benoit. Here's finally Carapaz 7 minutes behind. We just opened this thing. We just opened this wide open. Karaman's going to slip down the order, but this wasn't about him. This was about Berlikov. And we did it well. Holy crap. That did work out. That worked out perfectly. We let Carapaz, we let his team do all the work until we had no choice, until Carapaz went up the road. That's where we used up Karaman. But even then, Ineos stepped up and did the chasing for De Plus to bring that group back. So he only did the work for a little bit of time, which allowed him to recover a bit. We gave him the base of the climb, and then Berlikov just rode everybody off the wheel from there. We did one very quick attack, thinned the group, but then just rode tempo because he's got a great mountain rating. And man, oh man, did it work out because we rode everybody off of our wheel. All right, times here on stage 19. So Berlikov was 3 minutes down, so his 16 minutes to Jack Haig is cut to 13. Not a big deal. KOM, though, probably going to Jack Haig now. Not a big deal. Minute and a half to Dina. Hindley. Over 2.5 down. Carapaz. 4 minutes. I gained 4 minutes on Carapaz on that final climb. And I now lead by 4.5 minutes. Carapaz is still second place. De Plus, who finished higher than him today, closes that gap back down, and they are separated by just 3 seconds. Ciccone is 6 down. Hindley is now in 5th place at 6:45. Vingegaard, Mattaway, Haig up into 8th. Karaman still in 10th place at 17 minutes behind. So he actually still has a pretty good overall position despite sacrificing him at the base of that final climb for Berlikov. But I think we're in position. I think absolutely we're the favorite now with that kind of lead. We have one more stage to defend and then one time trial to get through. Today was a one and done as we went for the long run on this. But I think we should be able to finish up the race in the next one because I believe it's one mountaintop finish at the end on profile and then just the time trial. So we'll be able to kind of pick that one up much later on. I'll probably have to sacrifice one guy to keep the breakaway somewhat in check because you would imagine that, Haig isn't going to be there now that he's in the top 10, but you never know. He might try to be there. I would imagine Bowman's going to be in that group, but whatever the case may be, we've put ourselves in the perfect position with 2 stages to go. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.